Nothing is more uplifting than witnessing the virtues we cherish embodied in those around us. Marcus Aurelius constantly sought out and documented these instances of goodness, representing the Stoic virtue of justice. This is a central theme in my new book, Right Thing Right Now, which delves into good character, good values, and, most importantly, good deeds. In this video, I want to explore the remarkable goodness of many Stoics, as well as the individuals I discuss in Right Thing Right Now and those I've interviewed on this podcast who embody these ideals. So, let's dive in. Nobody is born a saint. Even those we greatly admire, who we hold in high regard, weren't born that way. They became that way through their journey, carrying within them the same flaws we all possess. There's a story about Gandhi stealing money from his brother as a child. Overwhelmed with guilt and shame, he eventually confesses to his father, who is on his deathbed. Gandhi writes a remorseful letter, but his father tears it up after reading it, offering a moment of forgiveness and grace that shapes Gandhi's life, despite struggling with guilt and shame over other actions. This moment of forgiveness remains a significant influence, reminding him of both his and his father's humanity. Gandhi once said, "I'm not a saint trying to be a politician. I'm a politician trying to be a saint." The essence is the effort to be better than we are that defines greatness. When you see someone composed under pressure, generous, forgiving, or humble, don't tell yourself they are naturally better than you. Believing they were born that way lets you off the hook and overlooks their effort and striving. Consider Marcus Aurelius, often seen as a perfectly formed philosopher king. His writings and meditations were his way of aspiring to be better, challenging and working on himself. These individuals weren't born great, they worked at it. Influential figures like Gandhi's father, Marcus' teacher Rusticus, and others shaped and inspired them, just as people in our lives shape us. There's a compelling story about Kurt Vonnegut and Joseph Heller at a billionaire's party. Vonnegut teases Heller, saying the billionaire made more money in a week than Heller's book would ever make. Heller replies, "I have something he doesn't have. I have enough." This concept of enough is powerful. Seneca quotes Epicurus, "If you don't regard what you have as enough, you will never be happy even if you rule the entire world." The idea is that satisfaction comes from recognizing sufficiency, making everything else a bonus. In Roman tradition, if you didn't have a son, you would adopt one. Emperor Hadrian, childless and likely gay, saw potential in the young Marcus Aurelius and began mentoring him. Hadrian appointed Antoninus Pius as emperor on the condition he adopt Marcus. Marcus' 20-year apprenticeship under Antoninus, a model of integrity, profoundly shaped him. Marcus' gratitude is evident in the 2-page dedication to Antoninus at the start of Meditations. At a talk I gave at the Naval Academy, I shared a story about Jimmy Carter, who was interviewed by Admiral Hyman Rickover for the nuclear submarine program. When Rickover asked Carter if he always did his best, Carter, reflecting on times he didn't, admitted he hadn't. This question haunted him, leading to his campaign biography titled "Why Not the Best?" Carter's commitment to doing his best, even if not always seen as a great president, defined his exemplary post-presidency life, emphasizing that true greatness lies in striving to do your best in every situation. An unforgettable party in San Francisco with literary icons like Kerouac and Ginsberg included young poet Diane D. Prima. When she left early to relieve her babysitter, Kerouac criticized her, suggesting that neglecting her parental duties was necessary for her writing career. D. Prima, however, believed that keeping her word to her babysitter was as crucial as her commitment to her art. This discipline, both to herself and others, reflected her moral code and the Stoic virtue of justice. In the story of Julius Caesar's assassination, we often focus on Brutus, but his wife, Portia, played a crucial role. Suspecting Brutus feared her breaking under torture, she proved her resolve by stabbing herself and enduring the pain, demonstrating her unwavering support. My favorite Marcus Aurelius story comes from the depths of the Antonine Plague. With Rome's treasury depleted, Marcus sold the palace's furnishings, including his own robes and jewels, to raise funds. This act of leadership, where the leader sacrifices first, exemplifies Stoic philosophy in action. In my book on justice, I share a story about Buckminster Fuller, who, at his lowest point, contemplated suicide. A voice reminded him of his potential and responsibilities, pulling him back from the brink and leading to his influential career. A story about Ulysses S. Grant highlights his humility. Despite a fall from grace to selling firewood, he maintained his integrity and didn't let circumstances define his worth. eventually becoming the head of the army and president of the United States. Marcus Aurelius' idea of accepting success without arrogance and failure with indifference resonates here. The founding story of Stoicism involves Zeno, who, after a shipwreck, discovered philosophy in Athens. Reflecting on this, he said, "I made a prosperous voyage when I suffered a shipwreck," illustrating that the worst events can lead to the greatest growth if we respond wisely. I hope you enjoyed this video and subscribe for more content.